Important facts and information about what Oxfam the charity does. Oxfam is a global movement for people who are fighting injustice for a more equal world. They're fighting across 77 countries with thousands of partners and allies to support communities to build better lives for themselves, grow resilience, and protect lives and livelihood in times of crisis. What Oxfam believes: equal treatment, equal rights, and equal opportunities for all. Oxfam has helped 15 million people through their program in more than 75 countries. Some accomplishments that Oxfam have helped provide are emergency aid, poverty reduction, gender justice, climate action, fair trade, and they provided water and sanitation. My roles and responsibilities. I had many roles and responsibilities, but here are just a few. Steaming clothes, hanging up clothes, organizing rails and stock, visual merchandising, window displays, researching the vintage items, so pricing things correctly, monitoring Instagram engagements and statistics, selling items, organizing gift aid donations, using the till, pricing stock, creating TikToks and promoting specific items, separating what cannot be sold, researching valuable items, steaming and hanging clothes, and assisting customers. The gift aid was very much important because we got to promote that to people that didn't already have that. So people paying taxes were able to donate some of that to charity donations rather than it just going elsewhere. So in the morning when we would come in, we would decide who was going to do what that day. So we'd break off into either solo groups or teamwork, and we decide who's going upstairs to deal with the stock room and who's staying downstairs with the shop floor, selling to customers and reorganizing things. So these are a few of the different things and the different tasks that we all had to do each morning and throughout the day. And this is a photo of us on our lunch. I took the photo and we were all just having a cup of tea. Networking and making a difference. So it's important to note while I'm on this slide that before I fully got involved with Oxfam, I wasn't sure what to expect. I was very much apprehensive of what I would get out of this experience. However, the more I engrossed myself, the better experiences I had. So while I was there was a woman called Morgan. She was doing her internship with Oxfam, and she was actually the lead visual merchandiser for John Lewis. So she would come in, and I noticed that she was doing window displays for Oxfam, and I decided that I want to get more involved. So I asked her what she was doing, and we networked a little bit. I got her on LinkedIn, I got her on Instagram, on our business account, and she was my guide almost, my mentor. She taught me a lot about what to do, what works, what doesn't, in merchandising, window displays, mannequin changing, choosing clothes, and my background and my preference for in fashion is styling. So I really enjoyed all of this, and I believe that I learned a lot from this. So I was really lucky to have that opportunity. And I also really enjoyed meeting some of the elderly customers. I enjoyed meeting everybody, but the elderly, you could tell sometimes that they just needed an excuse to be social, and it was just wonderful to be able to provide that experience and to learn some knowledge from them as well. So visual merchandising. I'm going to talk and then I'm going to play the videos. So as you can see there, that was just me filming the behind the scenes of that window display for the before and afters. So this is just a behind the scenes of me changing and decorating the window display, changing the mannequins so it made sure to match the themes and the season. So that was actually for spring. So we were doing pink. So this is the before and after. Some of the things like the shoes you can see are the same because we are also kind of restricted as to what we could change due to them being more expensive items. We wanted to keep promoting those regardless. So I just changed the mannequins and the accessories as I felt I looked a little bit cluttered beforehand. And this actually brought in a lot of customers and they sold quite quickly. So this is the stock organization room, like I was previously speaking of. So it was a very much organized mess. So we knew where everything was and what was like categorized, but it just kind of needed an extra tailoring. So we would go through and we'd decide what can and cannot be sold. Some stuff weren't abided by the Oxfam rules, so we were not allowed to sell liquids. So those things had to go. Steaming clothes, hanging up clothes, and we would also take the best and make sure to bring them downstairs. So whatever would look the best or would sell the best, designer items, make sure to put them in the very front of the store. They would do very well very quickly. And this is me taking a photo of me just being in the stock room. I also really enjoyed doing the jewelry organization. So we'd get a lot of donations of jewelry, and a lot of them were handmade by people. So to begin with, they were kind of just placed loosely on the front of the desk, and it was just for people to pick up and choose. But that didn't really work, and I figured that it made it look a little bit cluttered and messy. So I had actually reorganized them and put them onto like a dish, so they were visible to the clients coming up to pay. So as you can see there, they were just kind of cluttered and stuck on the floor beforehand, just on the desk. So I reorganized them. Social media growth. As you could see there, that was our Instagram growth and engagement. It reflects the insight that we actually got from our audience. So that was from views, from posting on stories, videos, posts in general, reels, and engagement. It did very well, but not as well as TikTok. So this was our growth overall for Instagram. And these are our TikToks that we made. I'll press those in a moment. I didn't want to be in the videos to begin with, so I stayed behind the camera and filmed them. But I wish now, looking back, that I had got a little bit more engaged with it, just with reflection, really. But I would help to make the TikToks, and then we'd post them. And they actually did really well for engagement and to encourage customers to come in. Denim haircut. So we just make sure to show the best items that we had in the store, like previously mentioned. And I work. So I'll just flick to the next page. So these are our engagements. As you can see, the views at the bottom. The Chanel bag, we had a Chanel bag inside of that. It got 22k views. And the reason I know for a certain that they actually did better and they encouraged people to come in rather than just because of the views was because we had two women come in asking about that bag and if we still had it in stock. And we gave that to them and they brought it in store because of our TikTok. So overall, in terms of posts and everything on TikTok, engagement, following, this is the number that we got in the end and we accumulated during my placement. The benefits of volunteering for Oxfam was I learned many new skills. I met really interesting people and I could tell that the staff were really passionate about what they did. I gained valuable customer service experience and retail experience, and they were very fortunate and kind to reimburse our travel expenses. So of course it is a volunteering role and they understood that. So they paid for our travel and gave us money for lunch. So I think we had £5 for lunch, which was really kind. Some more skills that I developed were retail and stock management, teamwork and collaboration, customer service experience, social awareness and empathy, problem solving and innovation, time management and reliability, and communication skills. So, of course, we had people come in from all over the world, tourists, people of different age groups, different languages. So, communication was really important. On reflection, as previously mentioned, I wasn't really keen to begin with. I didn't believe I would get a lot out of this experience, but I was just being negative. And then when I realized that you get out of an experience what you put in and your mindset, I changed everything and I wanted to get more involved. And I asked them what I could do to change things. What could I do to be better? Can I help with this? Can I help with that? Let me help with the stock rotation because I really enjoyed that and I understood what would sell. So from following trends and just keeping up to the know, I knew what was going to do well and what I should place at the very front of the store. And also visual merchandising was my specific enjoyment during this role. And like I said, the jewelry organization. So over time, I built a lot more confidence and trust with the staff, and I began to feel that I could then do more things. So I changed the mannequins and the store layout, and a few customers did come in actually and say like, "Wow, the store looks really nice," and it's made a big difference because we were just making sure that there was light, easier displayed within the store. So it felt really rewarding to help to make that difference and to grow my confidence and to even see positive feedback from the customers.